please help me know. I would love your questions. I would love to know your questions. What are you curious about? What do you need information on? Let's talk vocal technique. So please, oh please, ask me your questions. I'm in TikTok, I'm in YouTube, and I'm hoping this Instagram is working because that's the thing that keeps giving troubles. So yes, ask me questions. Let's talk about first the goals of singing. Asking you the question, why do you sing? I ask this to every person I work with, and I'm going to say 95% of them will tell me nobody's asked me that question. Nobody's ever asked me why I sing. And you're a professional singer, but nobody's ever asked you this question, which is wild, right? And you may not have thought about it. You're totally driven by it. You have a career doing this. Someone's come to work with me as a vocal coach. You are dedicating to this. You're right now on a live to talk to a vocal coach. So you have passion and purpose. You may have been doing this for years. Why do you sing? Please drop in the comments why you sing. Tell me about it. Hi, Amadi. Tell me about why you sing. What are you driven to sing for? And we're going to talk about what gets in the way of it. We're going to talk about how you get derailed from your own purpose and your own joy of singing, because it really does get in the way. So can you tell me why you sing? I can definitely tell you why. I know lots of people have told me why they sing, and as a singer myself and as an artist, it's a tool. Okay, Marie, what's it a tool for? Singing is a tool for what? You're a terrible singer, but it brings you joy. Way! Ding, 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 ding. The goal mind, if you say you're a terrible singer, I'm going to assume you're not a professional singer in your career, but we are all literally designed to sing. This is a handmade instrument, like a guitar, handmade, designed to sing, born to sing. When you are born, first inhale, exhale. Sound, life force. And you said it. We are born to sing because it brings you joy. It's all music, all singing is healing. And we want that healing. Everybody does. But a pro singer, it's a way to understand how you feel. Absolutely. As is songwriting, right? You express your feelings and you feel peace. When you express how you feel better. Up and out, up and out. Yay, my feelings came through. I feel better. Yes, these are all the reasons why everybody sings. If I showed you my presentation, it's in my blueprint course. All of your answers are in there because everybody sings for the same reasons. Civilizations, spiritual practices, all have had song and dance as part of their spiritual practice because it's a spiritual experience. Singing is a spiritual experience. You transcend from one state to another. You can be in the worst mood and you sing and you dance and you feel better. Yes, it's a spiritual experience. Yes, it feels internally fulfilling. Yes, it's a deep meditation. It's fun. Professional singers will tell me I have to. Like if I don't sing, I don't feel well. And I would imagine that a filmmaker and a painter and any other creative will tell me that they do their creative outlet for the same reason. It's expressive. It makes me feel good. All creative forces, all creative disciplines, they literally feel better. Oh, there's my ring light. I need glasses with reflectors because there's a lot going on here. Okay. Or anti-reflection, whatever that is called. So all creative expressions and disciplines are ways to connect, to express ourselves, to get to know ourselves, to share what we're feeling, right? I want to get all the comments here, please. I'm so excited that you got comments for me. Thank you so much. Because I love a good conversation. So the difference between music, singing, and dance and all other creative forms is that your body is the instrument. You are the instrument. And the difference between dance and singing is sound. Sound is frequency, is light, is healing. So are colors. Colors are frequency, light, healing. So singing is an incredibly unique creative discipline because your body is the instrument and what you are creating. Sound is literally healing. Sound is why you feel fulfilled. You're touching into your creative soul and center. You're releasing emotions. You're sharing frequencies, which clears energy centers in your body. Sound is amazing. So, as a professional singer, you have this wonderful experience for yourself, right? But when I put on a record or I go to a concert, why do you turn on a record? Why do you go to a concert? If you are the audience member, why are you spending money on a ticket to go see somebody? What do you want as that audience member? You personally, as the singer, you're having a wonderful experience. And I'm so glad you are, because you are the doer and the first receiver. You're the first audience member receiving your own experience. So yeah, I hope that when you sing, you're like, I love the way I feel. I love the way I sound. I'm enjoying this. So when that's the case, when you're an audience member and you turn on a movie or you go to a concert, what do you want? I want to be moved. I want to feel something. I want this artist to take me on a journey, on an emotional ride. Your wife calls it stage health. Ah, first of all, love and grace and healing to you. You had your cancer radiation, you did a gig, and you feel better. I hope that is the greatest healing for you, and I want all healing for you. Let's send you lots and lots and lots of love. It's a question I definitely have for God. I have a lot of questions. Why do you have that? Now, we don't need to know the why right now. You may never know the why. You don't need to know the why. We just need the healing. So yes, I am so glad that you sang and healed with it. As an audience member, and when I'm listening to an artist, I want to be moved. So you, the singer, is having this incredible emotional experience. I don't want to watch you have one. I want to have the emotional experience. Please give it to me, right? I don't want to watch a movie and watch the actors laugh. I want you to make me laugh. You okay, love? Pup's having a dream, or sounds more like a nightmare. You okay, love? Okay. So if the movie, if I'm watching a movie and the actors are crying and I'm not, this is not a good movie. As an audience member, we want to be moved. We want to have the experience you're having as the singer without being the singer on stage. I want to be moved by you. Yes, Natalie, prepare and record. Please do. You got an impulse to make music, make it. So, as your audience is not there to judge you, they're there to be moved. So what is the goal of singing? The goal is for you to get to that state of joy. For what reason? To serve the audience. If you are your audience, you're in a room by yourself, you're the audience. You should be moving yourself, giving yourself goosebumps if you get them, feeling and enjoying. You've got an audience out here, your children, 2,000 seats, 180,000 seats. Your job is to move the audience. So in vocal technique, when I teach vocal technique, I'm not teaching it for you to sing good and sound good. That's going to happen. That's going to be a result of muscular adjustment, of emotional expression. You're going to sound amazing. But when you go to practice, if you're practicing singing and you're practicing to sound good, how quickly are you going to get tired of practicing? How quickly are you going to feel bad when you're practicing? Oh, I don't sound good today. Look, I don't want to practice. I got to go practice. I'm going to practice so I hit those notes right. This is not motivation to sing. You are motivated to sing because it makes you feel good. So we need to stay in the feel good to continue to practice and be motivated to sing. If the motivation shifts to, I got to sound good and hit the notes and I got to please my audience, your audience is not there to be pleased. They're there to receive you and get an emotional journey. If they're not feeling you, that's what they're going to tell you. No, I'm not feeling it. You're not taking me anywhere. But if we watch you be afraid of the performance, that's what we're going to get. We're going to get your fear and your perfectionism. So the goal when you're practicing, please write this down. The goal when you're practicing is to create an experience. The goal is that it feels good. The goal is that I enjoy it. The goal is that my voice feels great, comfortable, the same. That's the goal. That no matter how dynamic a song is, no matter what the range is, from top to bottom, it just feels good. We want to use our technique to change the way the muscles are aligned in your body and use our technique to get it to feel good in the body. Now, the tools that I use, I'm bringing out some tools to show you that you're going to use for singing. The way that I get artists to experience it feeling good when you sing: vowel, effort, airflow, emotion. That's it. There's another temporary tool if you need it for adjusting the larynx or changing the chords, and we can talk about that in a second. But the 4 basic tools that you have an effect on, that get it to feel good: vowel, effort, airflow, emotion. We're going to find the vowels that align your voice the most, and then we're going to modify your vowels so that you're in alignment. We're going to adjust your airflow so that it's working for you and you don't have too much or too little. It's not getting stopped at your throat. You're not blasting it through. We're going to adjust your energy so that from left to right on the keyboard, so as you move through your range, instead of things feeling up and down, they feel flat. Now, I don't feel that song going anywhere. It all feels the same. It feels the same. And then our emotions. The biggest part of your power, your energy, is actually your emotional life. And without it, singing is not very interesting. Your voice will not fully be realized if your emotions are not involved. So if we only use the mechanics of technique, you'll have an instrument that's kind of playing, but without your full force, your full life force and emotional self, it won't fully be realized. Now, we're going to use these tools to get your voice to feel good. Vowel, effort, airflow, emotion. What do you do when you're performing? We express an emotion using our breath. The breath is like the wave that you surf. Saying a vowel, a lyric, and then my dynamics express my emotional content, energy. So the same tools that I tune up the instrument with, the same tools I tune up the instrument with are the same tools I play it artistically with. It's not going to change. I'm not going to be in my head about technique and then try to get my heart in elsewhere. I teach it in a way that it works together. I'm feeling my body. I'm feeling the connection. I'm doing both of these things together. And think of it like a water faucet. I want lukewarm, comfortable water. Ooh, so comfortable. Oh, it's getting hot. Adjust the taps. Feels good again. Feels good. Oh, it's getting cold. Adjust the taps. Feels good again. So you spend all your time feeling, and then we adjust. And as a coach, I adjust first. I'm going to make those adjustments for you, the vowel, the effort there. I'm going to help make those adjustments. Over time, then you're going to learn how to adjust for yourself. And then over time, it's automated by your body. You don't have to think about what your energy needs to do. Your energy is doing for emotional expression because the tune-up's already there. What does that mean? That means, for example, if I do a scale here, if I say, and I'm going to say I is challenging. It's a wide vowel. So I'm going to say an I. Is there a difference in my voice from left to right, top to bottom? Is there a difference? Do you hear a change in my voice? I can keep going. I've got a high C here. See how we're doing. This is the first time I'm singing today. And about 5 hours of sleep. Now I'll let my body adjust that. Little scratchy right there. So I'm up at high C, working from an F to a high C. Do you feel or hear a difference in my voice? Not really. I mean, except for at the very top. And if a little, 30 more minutes of singing, it'll get smoother and smoother. And I'm not thinking about anything really there. I'm just letting my body feel, where am I today? What do I need to do? My body knows what to do. I've been singing with like awareness of technique since I'm 15 and have continued to learn a lot about the voice. So, of course I have tools where I'm like, oh, okay, let me adjust my vowel, which I'll show you in a second. But that's really the goal. This piano sounds like the same instrument from top to bottom, and it feels like the same instrument. If I'm playing, and I'm a horrible piano player, but it doesn't feel, the action isn't different on the left and the right. And essentially, the action of your voice shouldn't feel different from high to low. There are differences, but the purpose is that if I adjust my energy, it feels the same. If I adjust my bowel, it feels the same. If I adjust my airflow, did you know that the higher you go, the less air you need? What? Wait, say that again, Wendy? The higher you sing, the less air you need. Many people push more air the higher you go. And it's the opposite. You need, drop it in half, drop it a third, drop it 2/3. You need a stream of air. You need a constant wave to actually ride, right? Like you can't surf without a wave. But we don't want to surf a fast moving 35-foot wave. You just need a lighter stream. So one of the best tools to help you regulate what the muscles are doing here. What are the muscles doing there? Let's explain that. Put your hand over your throat and swallow. Larynx goes up. That little box goes up when you swallow. Now put your hand there and count to 5. And chances are you're not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your larynx isn't going up. So don't talk with your mouth full of food is not social etiquette. You cannot breathe and swallow at the same time. We don't want that larynx hiking up when you sing. And if you're yelling, if you're belty, and I use the word belt in terms of being yelly, you're actually going to be in chest. This is your chest voice. Chest is not here. Head voice is not here. Chest refers to what your larynx is doing, what your vocal cords are doing, what your resonance is doing. So your chest voice, 4 points of contact. There's a muscle that brings this part of the cord together. That's your chest voice. Another muscle makes this part of the cord come together. That's your head voice. This angle, this edge. Falsetto is out here. Very little contact. And what we want is parallel. So the chords are going to meet and they're going to roll. Chest, head, blend, chest, head, blend, chest, head, blend, chest, head, blend, chest, head, blend. We want that everywhere. We want your chords meeting in parallel. So it's like a tennis forehand. This is what a forehand looks like. Low to high, this, but if you're doing this, you're like, oh, my shoulder hurts and the ball isn't going over the net all the time. Well, because that's not what a forehand, that's not the alignment of the muscle. That's not the way they should be moving. We need to get the chords moving the way they're designed to move. So let me see what I got here. One of the best tools for that, need more water, is a straw. 1 second. I'm going to get a bottle that you can see. There I am in my shorts again. Okay. Water bottle, minimum of 4 inches. The deeper I go in the water, the more back pressure I get. This is the voice straw, and I'm using the largest one right now. I'm going to experiment a little, show you a couple other ones. I'm going to use this tool to help regulate airflow, back pressure. I need back pressure. If all the air coming up is too much, let's describe this before I do this. So we want our chords in parallel. Vowel is a big way that this happens. The straw is going to help this happen. But let's look at energy forces, okay? So what we actually want is to be blending. If you imagine that your chest voice is yellow and your head voice is blue, we want to be singing green all the time. Just everything's green. Just like this piano. Overtones, undertones. So it's not like low, high. How many of you sing and you feel like you're switching? We don't want to be switching. We want to be blending everywhere. I'm always in chest and head. Blend, 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 blend. And that gives me the opportunity to have a really strong voice here, gentle voice here, any dynamic I want. So we need that. We need the resonance in the chest voice, which primarily happens here, and in the head voice, which primarily happens in your mouth. We need both of them on all the time. And style is just playing with a ratio. How much chest, how much head. And then I need to make sure that my air is passing my chords and getting out my mouth. So if I'm singing and it gets cut off here all the time, we need the air to pass my lips so that this room can be activated and I'm not choking. I'm not hitting the brakes while I've got my foot on the gas. I got lots of analogies for you. So parallel chords, nice relaxed larynx, airflow. Okay. Vowel, effort, airflow, and emotion. Make all of that happen. The vowel being the most important one of all of them. Now, hi, Jordan. Now, what's also super important about this? Balance. Oh, forces. I was talking about forces. Okay. Air coming up under the cords. If there's no energy coming back, the vocal cords are going to squeeze together to stop that big blast of air, because it's like no one's on the surfboard. And imagine, I'm using an analogy, but if there's no energy, no compression coming back, and all this upward force and nothing to meet it, the vocal cords take over and clamp. Now, let's reduce the amount coming up to something manageable. Let's start increasing the energy going back. And when these two things are balanced throughout your whole range, the ratio is going to change. Oh, I need more energy as I go higher, and then I'm going to get lighter again, more energy, lighter at the bottom. As you change the ratio, but this stays stable, now the vocal cords can be flexible. Oh, now I can be flexible. Now I can blend. Now I can be in parallel. But if there's no energy, and this is really generally the biggest thing I need to work on with singers, is energy and air are not the same thing. Loud is not the same as energy. Energy gets me lots of frequencies. Loud gets me fewer frequencies amplified. Try not to hurt myself here, but if it's like, it's very pingy in a certain mid-high range frequency, but is richer. I could have lots of dynamics, even if that was imperfect. I could have lots of dynamics because I'm blending. But if you're pushing, you don't get the dynamic, you'll get a flip. So, straw. I'm going to blow some bubbles. Too much. This is the first time I'm trying it in this little bottle. That's hilarious. I probably don't need this large of a straw. Hold on. Yeah, I don't need this large of a straw. So let's adjust that first. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. The large one should be good. I just need either A, a little less water, B, a bigger bottle. But I don't need that big of a straw. That's why. Everyone's different. You're going to play with your sizing. Let's try these two. These two together are smaller than that big one. And I'm supposed to take off the blue things, but I'm not for the sake of this right now. Yeah, that's better. But I have to take off the blue things. Otherwise, too much air is escaping. Let me use my straws, because these are the water straws. And I'm just not as they're new for me too. I haven't been using them. So, and I'm actually, my clients are using them. So I haven't really been using them. I've been using them for them. Okay, let's go back. Taking off the lips. So if I use two straws and I have the blue things on there, I'm going to have a bunch of air escaping. We don't want air escaping. You want to seal around the straw. So I'm using these two to get me a larger size, but not as big as that one. There we go. I might still need a little more than this. Yeah, that's a little tight for me. And so what's happening? How do you discover the straws? It's all about diameter. And when we use water, we need bigger diameters. We need larger diameters for the water, smaller ones. This is my regular. This is my go-to without water. So that one was making me a little too tight. That means I need to get more diameter. If it feels like just air is flying out and there's no resistance, you're not getting back pressure, you need to go smaller. More relaxed. My lips are puckered. I'm going to go back to that high C. So I'm literally ironing out that scratchiness I had when I did the open eye, which again, I would never start my warm up. I hadn't sung yet today. I've just been coaching and talking. I'd never start on a big open eye like that. But this straw is already like, I can feel it ironing out that little crackle raspy I had at the top because my cords are swollen. This will also help take down the swelling. We'll start it there. So if you end up with no air there or just air, like it's going to be really obvious with the straw if you're grabbing at your throat. It's going to help retrain you to get that air out your lips. As well as if it's just, again, you're just blowing and not getting tone. I don't get tone because you're blowing the cords apart. So number one, it's very telling, but most importantly is it's actually changing the musculature. So I want singing to feel comfortable and feel really good while I'm singing all the time. And that's the goal of it. And how do we do it? We start using the straw. And then I'm gonna talk to you about the vowels and stuff. I'll try this again. Well, there we go. There we go. Now this one's feeling good now. Now that I've just got my own little handle on it. Gotta, like, myself. There we go. Still a little too much water. I could just probably take some out of here. But that's feeling better. I'm finding my way around this straw. And it may be a bigger diameter than I actually need, in which case I would use a couple of the smaller ones combined. But I'm actually I am finding my balance with this one right now, much better. My home base vowel is so I'm going to let you hear this. I'm going to say an ah, not my home base vowel. It's going to pull me towards chest. It's going to make me splat too much. It would pull up my larynx. And I'm going to go from an ah to an and see if you can hear the difference in the straw work. Here's ah. It shouldn't be tremendously different. I'll exaggerate a little. And the reason why I say it shouldn't be tremendously different is because I'm generally a balanced singer, but there's definitely still a difference. So let's listen. Ah. And that feels like a little tight on top. Now here's my would, could, should. So if you can hear that difference, good for you, because that's what we want to start tuning into is, do I hear the feeling, right? The first one, the ah for me got a little tight, blocked the air here more. The felt more vertical. I had literally more resonance, and that's what we're doing. You want to feel this nice stereo sense of resonance, top, middle, bottom, middle, top. Oh, I feel that. It feels easier, more fluid. A lot of people will say it feels like it's coming out my mouth more easily. It feels like a laser, because when we get the formant and the harmonics aligned, just like if you were tuning your guitar peg, ooh, I feel it. Yeah, you can hear when it gets in tune. You feel when it gets in tune. It gets really shimmery and has a ring. We want that in the voice. I'll express that with an open vowel so you can hear it. So one of the first things we do need to do is find our home base vowel. Like, what vowel is your go-to vowel that when you use it, you sing more aligned? Your muscles are aligning. You feel better when you use these vowels. What brings you to the middle? Let's talk about that. Like, what brings me to the middle? For me, it's an would, could, should. I'm going to sing so you can actually hear the vowel adjustment I'm making, and I'll use that wide I. So here's an I with no vowel adjustment. I. It's wide, gets a little tight, gets a little out of tune. That's what I refer to as like not healthy belting, right? Where you're actually kind of yelling, it's pulling up the chest voice. It's actually pulling my larynx up. My chords are like this. Okay. So if you have a tendency to get wide, feel like you're yelling a little, get belty, we need to get you in parallel, and you need a vowel that's more chest driving. You might be too wide, right? As super chest driving. So you need something to bring you to the middle. Now, I definitely can't answer everybody's vowel question in general because there's a lot of factors to it. Your first language is a factor, your singing tendencies are a factor, but I'll give you some nice rules of thumb. There are vowels that drive you towards chest and vowels that drive you towards head, and we want to be in the middle. Think of it like a speedometer, a car speedometer, right? I just want to be in the middle. I don't want to be over here. So if is way over here, Ooh is way over here. Ooh, heady, heady, heady. Add chesty, chesty, chesty. So if you're too wide and you need to move towards the middle, you could try an would, could, should. You could try an o, especially if you're a Spanish speaking first language or Japanese speaking. O and ah tend to be the go-to vowels for those two languages, in my experience. Ah for most Americans is not a good vowel to sing. Your ahs really need to be more uhs or oohs. So if you're really heady and you have a hard time getting into chest, you need a more chest driving vowel like at the beach or us, us. And I do recommend that whatever your first language is, use your first language, the vowels from your first spoken language, as your go-to vowels. So if it's not English and I'm saying would, could, should, what vowel is closest to that for you? Because your body knows that language. It knows how to speak those vowels. That you've heard them since you were in the womb. And we want those vowels. We don't want sounds. I don't want you to try to make a sound. Awesome. So let me demonstrate. I'm going to be a wide I. Hi, Jordan. Love to see you here. It's very wide. I'm going to add my and I'm going to let you hear my You hear me adding I'll take it higher. Actually, let me just hold it. This is a really good exercise to do. Hold your vowel and then try adding another vowel to it. You're going to experiment to find your home base vowel this way. Say a vowel like I, and then add to it until it feels like you've tuned the guitar peg of your guitar, till it feels like a line, like this. I. That's me adding I'm going to go too far for you now. No, that's detuned. Right? I went too far. I'm adding like a fraction. Over I. I'm giving you a lot of information right now. If you get overwhelmed, don't be surprised, but also just DM me. Try one thing at a time. I'm really giving a lot of information because that I is going to change. I'm going to let you hear it now. So there's my over I. You might try an over I. You can hear I'm not quite in tune yet. For me, it feels a little hard still. And I'm going to go to that's my vowel. Is my vowel. They can also change. So if you, for example, really are having a hard time connecting to chest and you need more chest and you start with an in 3 months, your might become an You don't need that big of an adjustment. That's a huge adjustment. As all the way over here. So you're over here in heady. You're adding to bring you to the middle. In 3 months, if you keep doing that, you'll end up over here. So, I just need now. And you might find becomes your home base vowel. And then maybe you try and you're like, nope, still is my vowel. So especially the first 3 to 6 months, you might progress from one modifying vowel to another. It's really important. We always have to keep reassessing because it's a pendulum. You can go too far. My own example. There was a time when people asked me if I was British. And I was like, why would you think that? And I think there were 2 reasons. At the time, I had a roommate who had a British accent, so there's that. But actually, I think it was because I was modifying my vowels in singing, and I went too far, and I stayed there. So, for example, if you're singing that, well, that, and like that, say, way, these are, I is a lyric all the time. You don't want to sing I like, well, I, you don't want to sing the of it, and you don't want to sing the glottal like, You actually want to say I like eyeball. And I'm having a lot of in there. You shouldn't hear my You should just make it feel great and sound wonderful. But because I had been taught to narrow vowels, I was saying instead of that, I was saying that with an EH, which is absolutely great for higher notes. But if I overdo it, do it too long, I actually lose chest voice. If I said, let's stay, I stay. It's too small. Stay. It's a sound if I want it, but really I would do stay, stay. And I'm singing it hard on purpose. Stay, stay. I'm saying an but with a lot of so I still have chest in it. Otherwise, it's going to get small and narrow. Stay and tight. Stay. This is a little high and tight now because my vowel is too small, too narrow. We don't want to lose chest when we go higher. We want to maintain the chest in this direction, have the head voice in this direction, and I'm blending everywhere. Blending, blending, blending. So find your home base vowel by holding a note. Not in the lowest part of your range, something a little bit, not comfortable, but a little higher. And then play with what vowel you add to find that home base. Now I'm going to go back to my I and have you hear me add the I. There's my I. A little less. I'm going to jump. I'm going to have a lot more there. So I'm letting you hear all that that I'm adding, right? This is another great exercise to do at home. Go to do two vowels. Go from I to whatever you think your home base vowel is. So actually change the vowel. Do I. Wait, what? I'm saying two vowels and they feel and sound the same. I. So today's session is really all about vowel modification, pretty much so far. Do those two vowels, and what you should notice is it feels the same. Oh my gosh, I'm changing vowels, and my upper register just feels so easy now. And if you have problems with chest in the bottom, my chest feels more the same. Everything feels the same with these two vowels. And then we're going to keep the first vowel going and still add that much So I'm now going to keep my I, my chest driving vowel going, and just add the So you're not going to hear the anymore. You're just going to hear me say I. I'm still saying a lot of like this. It's a little hard for me still today because I'm sleepless. But you don't hear the anymore. You just hear me staying consistent. You don't hear the anymore. You just hear me staying in tune and open and rich. And I should be able to do that. Lots of dynamics. And that was actually a little too wide, which isn't wrong, just too wide. Could be more comfortable. And then I can play with my vowel to give me tones and textures and feelings that I want. I'm playing with my energy levels. I'm playing with my airflow. I'm playing with my vowel, all those same original technique tools for style. And it should all feel really buoyant and easy and like, oh, I'm free, I can play. But if we don't say the same vowel, which is what's really going to happen when you start just focusing on one vowel, you're going to notice and record yourself. You might notice you're saying about 4. Because what a lot of singers actually do is you say a lot of different vowels. And it's like, woo. A lot of times it's like, we're finding your home base vowel to replace the habit vowel. A lot of singers have the habit of actually saying ah, and that might really mess you up. So if I was saying an it actually makes me all over the place. But if I now start saying I with my I'm going to start saying the actual same vowel consistently, which then gives me room to play. I, 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 I'm taking this vowel and just playing with my energy to tell my story, adjusting the as I want to, most of it again unconsciously. But on a day like today, when my throat's swollen, I'm going to remind myself, ooh, more today because you need it. On a day, and in general, my tendency is, oh, Wendy, you can always be easier and add because of my own personality and vocal habits from my lifetime. That's my tendency. Someone else, I might constantly be saying, give me more energy, more energy. If you're a pretty quiet person, it might need that you need way more gas for your voice to actually function. Oh, I need way more energy for like my home base level. My home base level for my voice to function is more energy. There's a lot of singers that are that way. For example, if you're doing a cartwheel and you go, ha ha, ha ha, we need energy momentum, and you go, oh wow, it was so easy to get over. You need momentum and energy. So we all need to find our own home base. As a person, I'm a person that I have to learn to always be easier. Can I do this with more grace, ease? Can I slow down? So you know your personality a little, you're going to know your singing. So these are the tools that I use to make singing super comfortable. Now, what's the purpose of all this? To move my audience. So literally, I could sing gibberish, I could sing I could sing whatever. And if I'm expressing what I'm feeling and my voice is balanced, and even if it's not, if you have 3 raspy notes to your name and you're focused on moving your audience, they don't care if you have 3 raspy notes to your name. Increase your skills to meet your expression. Use your technique to enhance your expression, not to be a great technician. I'm looking at some notes I wanted to tell you guys. So if you were practicing a song, for example, you could go from the straw. Let's see, let me think of a song. Ooh, I like Locked Out of Heaven. And it's just a thought I had, go to, but just think of a melody. I'm doing it on an behind here. I could think of the lyrics and say the words, but just say one vowel. You're at that home base vowel. I'm just going to do the melody on an I'm just going to do that heaven again because the first one didn't feel great. I just needed a little more So we're going to make these little adjustments I'm just going to do this melody of the song through the straw, in the water, on one vowel until that song feels amazing. And I stop myself. Stop when it doesn't feel good. Stop when you notice it got tight. Iron it out. Because when you start at the beginning of the song again, you're going to be like, oh gosh, I have all these hiccups and all these bumps in the road. But if you've ironed them out, you start the song again and you go, nope, I ironed them all out. They're softer now. And now let me go through and these bumps aren't so big. And you go through again and you're like, no, even better. And until it's like, yeah, songs fit pretty flat, feels easy. And it takes practice. We're changing muscle memory. You're changing habits. You've got to, it's going to take time and repetition. It's really about repetition, and it's about shifting your focus. When you notice you're trying to hit notes and sound good, nope, Wendy told me that is not the reason I'm singing. She reminded me. I'm singing so it feels good. That's the first adjustment you make when you practice, is just get your goal to change when you're practicing. For the first week, I'm just going to focus on it feeling good and catch myself every time I focus on what I sound like. No. This is about feeling. Let me get to feel good. So I'm going to do it through there. And then I'm going to do it on my home base vowel. Like, buh. And you, depending on your tendency, I'm going to open up this little cup to show you. Depending on your tendency, you're going to go from like a N that has a lot of ends to one that doesn't. So for example, Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. No. No. I can sing easier. No. Yeah, I can definitely sing easier. I know that part of that is I'm talking to you through this camera, and there's a tendency when you're on the phone and when you're on the camera to be a little pushy. So I could actually just sing a little easier. No. So play with, do I need the N or the M? Do I need to be, can I take it away? If a song's really fast, you don't want like, no, 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 no. It's like, oh, that's, take the N's out. No, no. Just put them in intermittently so you have a little something to step on, but don't have them every time. If you're super breathy, you're going to want those N's, so use them. If you tend to be tight and you don't have airflow, take them away. So experiment and use the one that feels better and build into doing the other one. And again, notice if you lose your vowel. If you're saying, which will happen at first, I guarantee you, if you do no, no, you hear how I went to ah on the highs and the lows? That's what a lot of you are going to do. You're going to distort the vowel for pitch. You're going to blow too much air or stop your air. No, no. Oh, I need airflow. Use that straw. And then conscious of the airflow. No, no. I'm going to let airflow because it's better I have airflow than I squeeze for a pitch. So as you're doing this workout, you're going to just slowly iron things out and start to learn what are my tools. Now, I would also highly, highly recommend, whether it's me or someone else, someone I can recommend you to, find a coach. It will save you years of trial and error. Okay? It will save you so long. And when you find a coach, they should be someone who champions you, makes you feel empowered. You are excited to work with them. Every session, you like learn more than you have in a year. If you feel they're making you sound like someone else, they make you feel small, you're not really growing, you feel stagnant, they may not be the coach for you. You should feel empowered and excited for sessions. I had one coach once who was very well known, and went to see them, and he basically yelled at me. And I was like, why would I go to someone who makes me feel bad and is yelling at me? No, thank you. Bye-bye. And I'm not talking about someone who challenges you. They should challenge you, help you be better, challenge you to shift habits, but, champion you. So I'm going to do it on the N. I'm going to notice when my vowel goes out of place. I'm going to get my vowel to be consistent. I'm going to get my air flowing, and then I'm going to do it in the cup. No, no. I'm just dangling it. I'm not touching the straw at all. Just making my esophagus longer. No, and you can do it without. No, 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 no. I jumped the key on purpose, sing something higher. So this is going to help me feel acoustic pressure in my mouth. I'm going to notice if I'm not getting air in the cup, that means the air's stopping at my throat. So this is a wonderful tool to help you find it's just wild. I mean, I've had artists use it and then they go, what just happened? Because basically after using this, it should feel a lot easier to sing without it. No, no, no. It's a remarkable tool. So I'm not selling you something. And actually, if you go to my website, there's a discount code for you. Go to wendyparr.com and go to my link in Instagram. It's on my website. There is a discount code for you. And I'm not selling you something. I don't make these. My friend Mindy does, the voice straw. But all of my artists use them because it works. It's the best tool for changing things. So changing the musculature and the alignment. So we're modifying vowels. We're using the cup. We're going from exercise to song. We did the song in the straw on a singular vowel. I did a singular vowel in the cup. And then I would go to my lyrics in the cup. And I'm giving you a fast forward version. You might need to take a lot of time on each step, But a fast forward version is I'm going to go to the lyrics. You make me feel like. I'm serious. Oh, that didn't sound good, that light. You make me feel like. I noticed the crackle and I went, that didn't feel good. So let's adjust it. I'm going to add, I'm going to sing a little easier, less air. You make me feel like. Oh, link for the cups. I'm going to put it for you right here. 1 second. I got you. You simplify it for me. Thank you so much. But if you here, put it here. Put it right in the chat. So here's the discount code. And here is a link to my shop. And you'll see other really great tools there. If you go to shop, scroll down, you'll see the cups. And you'll see other good vocal tools for you there. I'm going to drop that into you just so you have it. All right. Give you all the tools, all the direct links. Wonderful. Thank you for asking that. Forget that you can just drop it in and simplify. You make me feel like having luck at a hand for too long. I'll drop it in this comment too. For too long. You make me feel like having luck at a hand. So this cup is going to make some adjustments happen on the internal, which is amazing. And then, where do I comment here? And then without the cup. Then I'm just going to sing it without the cup. And then I'm going to go into, obviously, a more emotional focus side. I'm going to get on my feet. I'm going to practice it as if I have an audience. I'm going to get on my feet with a microphone. I'm going to, before we even get to cardio for touring, but this is just quick from technique to performance. Oh, Tyler, I'm so glad that you appreciate it and that you're getting a lot of value. I'm wonderful. That's wonderful. But this is really a great shortcut from how do I go from, okay, I'm singing scales better, I'm getting my technique, but when I go to a song, it falls apart. And this is a great way to do it. From straw to your home bass vowel in the cup to no cup, home bass vowel, lyrics, cup, lyrics in the cup, lyrics without the cup. And all the while, because when your voice is free, when this is aligned, emotion can't help but to pour out. You will get a more expressive performance when the musculature is open and aligned. Then we can actually focus on the emotional performance because we're not worried about the voice. Isn't that a nice thing? Awesome. That's what we want. And then we can really focus on the artistry. And as well as your the link, I put the link in the chat for YouTube, but if you're not seeing it, it's wendyparr.com, and then you go to my shop. The discount code and everything is there. And it's also in my Instagram link tree. It's in my Instagram bio. It's always there. So, and it should be in my description. It's in my description of YouTube as well. So when this channel is open, emotions pour out. When our airflow is flowing, emotions pour out. If you're struggling to have emotional connection, we'll do another whole topic on how to emotionally connect. I'm going to make a note of it right now. How to emotionally connect to your life, to your performances. I'm going to put it right there. Hold on, putting it up here so I don't. Yeah, there we go. We'll do this one. So making a note, and please do throat chakra open. Woohoo! Because going from scales to song, it's a lot more complicated. And ultimately, we want expression. So when this is open and you don't have to think about it, now we can start to strategize the game, right? If you're playing tennis and you're just trying to get the ball over into the net, you're going to worry about that. But if you're like, nope, the ball's consistent. Now I can focus on strategy and spin and my getting efficient. There's just so much more that we get to focus on that's way more fun than when we're worried about technique, right? And we don't want to worry. I don't want to see you worry. I just did a post a bit ago about the singer's face. When I see you like this singing, this is the worry. This is the singer's face. This means you're worrying about singing. I want expressing exemplifying and magnifying the expression of your voice. This is like what you're feeling in the song. So this was a really fun topic, all about like vocal technique. And there's a lot. I really mean, like, DM me if you have questions. DM me if you want to work with me. DM me if you want to find another coach. If you go to my link tree and Instagram, or you go to my website, there's a form to fill out to work with me. I have online courses, and of course, super excited to share that next week my professional artist development course. We've launched it. We're accepting applications. So if you want to go deep in artist development, not today's topic, but if you want other references to vocal coaches in your state, your country, your city, I train teachers all around the world, and I'm connected to a lot of cool people. So DM me and practice what I taught you today, and then DM me. Tag me on a post of you practicing, going, I'm having breakthroughs. I'm having more fun. It's feeling better. I'm hitting notes that were hard. Now they feel easy. When you are not blasting air, or when the air is flowing freely, it's going to be so much easier to sing. So the higher you go, the less air you need, the more energy you need. Less air, more energy. Oh, flat. Lighter over here, not, oh, flat. And that's what we're playing with, is just adjusting that energy so it's so comfortable. Adjusting. And we just get better and better at doing them together, because they all work at the same time. As you adjust the vowel, you adjust the air, you adjust the energy, they all work in tandem. What often happens when you first start doing it is you're like, I got the vowel, and oops, my air went out the window. I focused on my air, I lost my vowel. So we play whack-a-mole for a minute until you get them working together. Wonderful. Thanks for your comments. Home-based vowel question. This live is going to be saved on my YouTube, and of course, we'll be sharing more of it later, but go to my YouTube page and watch earlier in the session. I've been chatting for an hour now, and I talked all about your home-based vowels. So please, Britt, go back and watch it, and you'll get that information. It's a great, great question. We want to find our medium. We want to find our home base, which, funny enough, I'm a Libra. I'm all about balance, right? Finding that balance. And singing is so about balance. It's life, I think, is about balance. How do I find my balance through the challenges and the ups and downs of life so it doesn't feel so much like a roller coaster? Your song shouldn't feel like a roller coaster. And just a quick example of that. Oh, gosh, let me give you a quick example. Gosh, I want a song. I should make a list of songs so that when I want a song, I can just grab it. I don't sing a lot of songs all the time. I listen and help my artists with their songs. Hey, happy birthday, Libra. 13, I'm the 12th. Look at that, Libra sister. And my kids are tomorrow. Okay, so just a quick song. Yeah, I should make a list so I can have a go-to when I want one. Especially something that's like current, right? I know I got to rock a good Chaperone song, don't I? Because they're so good. But let me think of something. Okay, it's a fun oh, I want to dance with somebody. Should be higher. Oh, I want to feel the heat, right? She starts out on an A flat. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody. I want to dance with somebody. Why did I bring this up? There's a reason I wanted to do this for you. If I show you, train of thought, if I show you where the notes are, it's going to be like this. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with I'm going to be reaching for notes. I'm singing for melody. Heat with somebody. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. With somebody who loves. You're going to hear like, oh, that's low, that's high, that's low, that's high. My job is to take that away and tell you a story. So my voice should feel the same throughout it and comfortable so that I can then play with, where am I getting light? Where am I getting strong to tell my story or to make the chorus come to life? If it's all the same 7, 7, 7, 7 dynamic, it won't come to life. But if I do, Mars there? Oh, give it a little dynamic. Oh, I want to dance with somebody, dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Yeah. Coming back to that same note stronger. Yeah, I want to dance with somebody. Somebody, not somebody, showing you it's low. Somebody with somebody who loves me, who loves me. I'm just going to play with my energy. Who loves me, who loves me. I can adjust my energy for style, not, oh, that note, I got to push for it. Nope. Adjust my energy to make it feel good, adjust my energy for style. I'm going to do a whole thing on that now because, we talked all about technique. Now we got to go talk about style. So I'm going to make a note for part 2, next part to be about style and how to use these same tools for style. All right, now I know what next week's about. You had a wonderful question. How do I find out more about Compass? My website, wendyparr.com/compass. I'm putting it right in there for you. Go to my website. It's a 6-month fantastic artist development program for pro and emerging artists. It's phenomenal. Amazing artists have been in it. I love the growth I see everybody happening. So this is in my YouTube. This is in my Linktree. Go to my website, wendyparr.com, click on Compass in the navigator, or just go to wendyparr.com/compass. And thank you for asking. Wonderful. I appreciate you all. Thanks for the wonderful comments. DM me. I want to hear about your fabulous fun you're having and the progress. Woo! I'll see you next Friday, 1 o'clock. All the channels. I thought that where your voice feels most comfortable was limited to your prima voce. Oh, you saying you could train my voice to not reaching notes? Yes. Yes. Your range can be its own maximum. Where the sweet spot in your voices will be unique. Like a lot of singers aren't singing in their sweet spot. They're too low or too high. But yes, you can absolutely increase your range when the alignment is correct, lower and higher. Thank you, Britt. This is me singing lower and not going lower. Okay, I know I'm using a phrasing, right? But no, here's me going lower. No, like I'm going low, but no. Now, I can do that because there's still head voice there. No. I'm going to say it's not really my range, right? But I can sing there because I'm balanced. If I wasn't balanced, you hear me like tank out. No. Oh, that sounds like it's the bottom, but no. And the same in the other direction. Instead of getting squeezed or pushed or whatever tendency you do that stops your range stops you and limits your range, when we get balanced, you will increase your range in all directions. And even most importantly, A flat A, E flat E, and your transitions will become stronger, smoother, and easier. So you don't have a big range with holes in your range. I can sing through the whole range comfortably. And that's essential, that you can sing through your whole range really, really comfortably without hiccups, what singers often call the breaks. All right.